Hey, thank you for clicking on the video. Today I wanted to go over my AGT Industrial mini skid steer. This is the 2026 mini skid steer. I picked this up at auction and I was hesitant. I was really hesitant. There's not a lot of videos on these out there, so I really wanted to make one for you to show them. I got a lot of yard work to do and I just need a little bit of help, and I think this unit will be good for me. Getting it home was great. The van towed it perfectly. It did a really nice job. I think it weighs around 1,700 pounds. It took me a long time to get it started. I thought for a bit that the battery might not be charged. The engine is right down in here. I believe that the engine may have had some sort of product inside of it to possibly prevent corrosion while it was on shipment coming over here from overseas. And I don't know if they put some sort of protectant in the engine. I assume that the moisture in the air on the ocean is pretty salty. So I really had a hard time getting it started. So anyways, I'll show you here. It sounded like I had pretty good power coming from the battery, but what I ended up doing was taking that pole cable there. I took this whole back cage off. So there's quite a bit of bolts that hold it on. They got 4 there. You got 3 on the underside there. And then you got 4 more right over here. And I ended up taking that whole cage off, just trying to pull the pole start there. And it seemed like it was seized up and I started to worry. But I kept kind of pulling it a little bit more and a little bit more. Finally, it seemed like it broke free, whatever it was, and it began spitting some stuff out of the exhaust. And that made me think, well, maybe they did put some sort of protectant in there. Well, anyways, when I got it finally moving, I was able to turn it over with the key and get the engine to start up. And it did spit and sputter a whole bunch of stuff out of the exhaust system there. Not sure what they put into it, but I'm gonna assume that they know more than me about shipping a piece of equipment like this across oceans, and I'm gonna assume that it was fine. And there is a ton of great Facebook communities for these types of machines. You should definitely check those out. But a lot of people online recommend changing the fluids right away. I didn't have a chance to do that yet. I do plan to do it. I couldn't drain the gas that great. What I did was put some seafoam product in there, and I put some new fresh gas in there, and I think that's gonna help it out. But I do plan to change the oil out just to give it something fresh. Changing the oil is going to be fun, but we'll figure that out. And I'll definitely make a video on it when I get around to it. I've also seen a lot of people online saying some kind of bad things about the tracks. I'll keep you updated on that one. Some people even suggest loosening them right off the jump. I kind of have more of the idea that the manufacturer knows best, and I think I'm going to leave it how they come and see how that goes for me. If you have any idea, definitely leave a comment below. I'll read them, I'll think about them, and I'll probably reply when I get around to it. Your accessories attachments, you can hook up right there. If you want to get something different on here than a bucket, you want to get a grapple, or you want to get an auger of some sort, you can do that as well. They make a lot of different products for this. Over here, you got the hours meter. You got the oil temperature as well. And you can kind of tell, I haven't cleaned it yet. This unit definitely sat out somewhere in the weather. When I picked it up, it was out in the elements as well. I'm hoping to do something about this, maybe try to figure out a way to protect it. This unit did have some shipping damage, you can see right there. And if you come over here, yeah, you can kind of see the top of the seat got dinged up in the shipping. And then over here, this piece got cut or torn in shipping. And then there was some marks there, but I think that's grease. I don't know if that'll come out maybe with some degreaser. And then there's a little bit of a scuff right there. That went down to the metal, it's shining. And this is the SDA-140T. And it does a really nice job at tearing up your grass, especially after a big rain. You want to make a little mud pond out in your yard, this thing is awesome. I'm fighting raindrops here, but I want to show you the controls. They're really interesting. So each one of these levers, forward and backwards on these levers, that moves the skids. And then sideways will do different things. So on this lever, sideways will raise up the bucket, and the other way will raise or lower the bucket. And then on this lever, side to side will either curl or dump the bucket. And then this lever in the middle, I believe that is for attachments. If you did have an attachment that required use on these hydraulic ports, that's what I'm thinking. These lights are pretty bright and they're pretty neat. We have these really nice rocker switches to turn the lights on and off. You can also turn on the fan. And that actually operates this fan back here. so you can cool the unit down while you're running it. And then this last one here, that is the horn. That's pretty fun. You even got a little 12-volt charger you can plug in there. So this down here, this is the choke. You're gonna pull it out to activate the choke. This is the power kill switch. You're gonna wanna turn this off when you're not using it to try to save the energy on the battery. And the battery is located down under the footwell. You just have 2 bolts you gotta remove, and you can pop that black piece up to access the battery. This is the throttle control. You're gonna wanna throttle it up when you need a little more power. If you wanna go a little faster, you can pull it out and get some throttle action going on. So you got these holds right here. I'd assume if you get stuck, you can use that to kind of pull the machine out possibly. You might bend it. You might bend the hold, so be careful. Try not to get it stuck, I'd assume. You guys all think that too. And yeah, if you're in some clay and some mud like me, you might end up getting it stuck, and maybe I will. All in all, it's really just, it's a cool machine. And you know, for me, I'm gonna try to be regrading portions of my yard, and that's really the main reason I wanted it. It'll also be nice, I'll be able to get mulch delivered and kind of spread it around the yard, but I don't know how much I'll be doing that. If the tracks are gonna leave indentations or possibly tear up the grass, I might not be using it as much for that. It's also gonna be great for trail maintenance and taking care of acreage. If you have a small amount of acreage, maybe this is something you're interested in. Again, this is just my first day owning this, and there's gonna be more coming, but I know you all wanna see it run. Let's tear some stuff up before the rain starts falling down too hard out here. One more thing too, I forgot to mention, I'm about 6 foot 3 inches tall, and I can just barely fit into this unit. My knees are pushed up against it, but you know what? I think I can make do, and I think I can live with it. It is what it is. I'll keep you updated on that one. All right, here we go. Let's get this puppy out of here. Well, I just got done tearing up this here garden, and I'm making a pile. So yeah, I got some figuring out to do because my operating is a little bit so. And we got some work to do here, and rip this garden out, and we'll get this new. I got these new raised garden beds that I want to put in here, and it'll be easier for me to mow around. Maybe I'll get a little bit more grass space as well. And who knows, you might see like a fire pit here or something with the garden. So yeah, the controls are, they're gonna take some getting used to. There were some loads there where I was picking it up and you could definitely feel the back end was becoming lighter. something to think about with this, and maybe I'll look into counterweights at some point to add some additional weight onto the back of the unit. Who knows? Overall, I'm pretty pleased with this unit. And if there's anything you want to see me tear up or you want to see me do with this unit, please leave it below in the comments and maybe I'll get around to doing it one day. Other than that, I really hope you liked this video and I hope it gave you a little bit of insight into this product. If you're looking at this product or something similar, thank you for watching. If you could please give us a thumbs up, that helps YouTube to place us just a little bit higher. It's starting to rain. I gotta go.